transparency. We still got the crew here representing. We're going to talk about transparency. So we're gonna get into it. Hopefully, we'll spark some conversation in your area. That's how we're gonna get into it. So, where we at, big? Don't nobody want to be transparent?
Don't know.
You know, it's not like say, come on, you gotta be transparent.
Well, I mean, okay, let's go here. We hear terms thrown around, you know, they kind of get on my nerves, but there's a real thing behind it. So let's talk about toxicity in relation. So, is it safe to say that everybody?
Why you look at me?
Everybody pretty.
Are you looking at me?
Well, is it
Hoping
safe?
you talk.
See, I'm taking it off. I'm taking it off.
But here we go.
I'm learning.
So,
I mean, stop right here.
She may talk. So let's do this.
Okay.
Is it safe to say that everybody has dealt with a toxic relationship?
Absolutely.
Is that safe to say? Because we're bumping into humans all the time. Everybody's freaking on all cylinders, you know. Like Sorrel said on the other, episode, just ran into a few dummies. So that's toxic.
She did say that.
She did, literally.
And she was agitated about it.
Yeah.
And she was mad.
Big mad.
She showed she was
Big mad. Big mad.
She actually said think that.
That's a good word. But so everybody's ran into somebody toxic. So if we're being transparent, anybody want to share an instance where that happened?
Okay, so I'll start first since everybody's a little camera shy. So, okay, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. Number
I
2.
thought she was gonna pull the eyelash off. I was ready for it. Like,
That's what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna do that. Okay, so when we're talking about toxic relationship, my main thing is if you're doing things and you go into new relationships and stuff like that, are you using what you've been through because it's residue, you know what I'm saying, that hasn't been dealt with, and baggage, you know what I'm saying, for that next person. So I want to be able to say, like, for me, I start over because I don't want people judging me just because of what they just done got out of it. However, that doesn't mean that subconsciously you're not dealing with some issues, you know what I'm saying, that's from past or even father's house stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be able to have a clean slate because I don't feel like it's fair. I don't feel like, why are you blaming me for what your ex-wife did? Or, you know what I'm saying, why are you blaming me because your grandma or your auntie or your whoever can put you in this box and I have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to say clean slate, and I feel like I do that. However, I don't like the dingbats. I don't like. You want to be on the level of intelligence that you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like nobody should have to go lower, you know what I'm saying, than what they're already, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really get a chance to talk about on the last episode, or if it even airs in this way, that I have to be able to meet people where they are. I was on a podcast in Atlanta, right? And I started off as a guest host, and then when I started talking, they ended up wanting me as the main host. And through those conversations, I found out that there are people who have some messed up ways of thinking about how relationships are supposed to be. And I look at that and I'm just kind of like, am I doing too much by wanting more? You know what I'm saying? Or I said something and I'm retracting all of that because after I went home and thought about it, I was like, that's not the way it's supposed to be. They said that you should meet people where they are. In relationships, I don't feel like that's true. You know what I'm saying? I said it thinking that in the way of, that's only for salvation, for me. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to relationships, you should have a standard. Your standard should be whatever it is, and it should not move just because that person might not have whatever it is that you feel like they should be equipped with. So I'm retracting that. If y'all see that ain't what I think right now. You know what I'm saying? I think that it should be a standard, and I want to hold on to that standard, but it's a clean slate standard because, you know what I'm saying? I don't know the situations, the stipulations that happen within your last relationship that caused you to act a certain way in this, and as well as mine. Because I deal with some extreme stuff in my stuff. Like, it was some stuff that I couldn't even imagine that would even happen, you know what I'm saying, between two people. However, I'm not going to blame you just because this last person did this. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I hold myself accountable. Call me out on it. If I'm saying, oh, my last, no, that is off limits. You know what I'm saying? It is not allowed in a new relationship to say, my last relationship did X, Y, Z. Because you haven't done that to me, and I shouldn't be holding you accountable.
You're not over that last relationship either.
Right. And see, I'm over quick. Hey, listen, where the papers at? Let's do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
some people, they don't even take the time and they just jump into the next relationship. So they bring all the baggage.
Exactly. But you have to get over it.
A past relationship. Sometimes it's just what they seen their parents do.
I'm saying it's still
That's
a
true.
past relationship, and it's like you just drag it down life.
Yeah. So this is how my mama did it.
Right. Exactly.
Well, this is how I do it.
That's true. Goes back to like you saying all the time, knowing yourself. You are in order to, you can't bring anything to anybody else's table. You don't even know who you are, what you're bringing.
Right.
You can't develop a standard if you have nothing to develop it with. I don't know what I like, for real. I just know what the TV tell me like, or magazine tell me like, or Instagram tell me like, because they keep flooding me with all this stuff. Yeah, I think I really do like Gucci bags. Like, Gucci ain't changed nothing that it looked like since the 70s.
But you know that circle of influence that is able to shape you.
Well, I mean, I think, just me.
Okay.
I think that everybody runs into that at some point. And also, it's person specific. Just like you develop yours based on in your life and the people you run into. He's going to develop his based on his life and the people he runs into. So his standard ain't got to be used. But if y'all two meet, if y'all know y'all standards, y'all know automatically. We had a conversation. We don't need it, and that's okay.
Right.
You're you, I'm me. We good.
Right.
But if one of y'all ain't good on y'all standards, and somebody's like, well, I like him, I think that'll be all right. It's not.
Yeah,
You know,
compromise.
it's not. That ain't even compromise. That's you settling.
I think,
But you don't know the truth.
I think it comes down to loneliness. So there's this thing, right, that I ultimately I've been saying for like 7 years. That loneliness is not the absence of affection. It's really the loss of direction, right? So what happens with this in this instance is that you
Brother,
can
say that again.
Oh my God.
No, man, stop.
No. Say that again for the people in the back.
Okay, so
Louder.
loneliness is not the absence of affection. It is the loss of direction. And so you can be in a crowd of people. So since we're talking about transparency, right? We're adults. I know what it's like to have sex and still feel empty.
Yeah.
Still feel this, having that comfort, right? You have company, but you're not really touched as a person, right?
Yes.
So that means that ultimately, that even though you can go out and have a good time, have a party, you can eat, you can do whatever you feel as an adult that you do, but ultimately something is still missing. And what we'll find ourselves doing is compromising in something that matters, that can cost us 5 years, 10 years, because we have a body and not the right person.
Right.
It's dangerous, man.
Very.
It's dangerous.
Very.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Because the thing on this, you can have all of these things, but still be strangers.
Yeah.
You don't know me. You don't know the
Absolutely.
constructs of my life. You don't know what I struggle with. You don't know where I'm at. And so I think we compromise in this culture too much. I seen a lady, I was on the airplane a few days ago, and I saw a lady when she got on the airplane, the gentleman that I'm assuming that she was with, that she came on the trip with, he sat in another seat. I don't know if it was the way that they stationed or whatever. But I saw her take her phone, take a selfie with the both of them, and I watched her go to Facebook, me and my buffet, living it up, post. They was in like this kind of distance. The entire flight, they had no words for each other. When they got off of the plane, there was no connection, there was no nothing. Because you were more impressed about posting to be something
People, yeah.
rather than actually possessing something. And I think, and y'all tell me what you think about this, I think we are more image driven than substance driven.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I want to accentuate it. I'm sorry. I need intellectual communication. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, expand on that.
I want to be talked to. I think it's important that you get to know the person and know what the desires that you have, the expectations, if there's any, and just be open to receive the same feedback from them. I want interaction.
Okay, so for a person just like me, like I use social media because I have to. I'm in a business. You know what I'm saying? And we have to have that. But I've also had a relationship to where image was everything for them. You know what I'm saying? But at home, it was hell. You know what I mean? It's like they want people to think that everything is good. This is what I have. This is what you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, that's so much of a deficit to be able to come home, to your husband or your wife, and the basic needs aren't met. You know what I'm saying? Here it is, you going through it because like communication, or the fact that you kind of the light bulb come on and say, I may have picked the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? But you're in it. See, for my situation, I was married. You know what I'm saying? And I went into my marriage with divorce is not an option. You know what I'm saying? Like, thinking back on it, you really gotta know who you're dealing with. You gotta know, like, you know what I'm saying? If the values are the same, you know what I'm saying? If everything it is that you go in 100%, and then that person is kind of like all on this fake stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if the people is what's pleasing to them, who are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're coming home to a person where the outside world means more than what's going on in the inside, and it's like a doomsday. I felt like it was doomsday. I felt like no matter what I did, it's never going to be enough because you're not trying to please me. Right. You're trying to uphold this whatever it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This image to other people. And no matter how hard I work, no matter, you know what I'm saying, how much effort I put toward the relationship, it's never going to be enough.
I think I'm glad you said that. This is what my thoughts fundamentally is that we gotta stop being loyal to toxic stuff, because that stuff is played out.
Yes.
And fear,
Basic stuff. In my head, you already
fear. We can't be so like afraid to belong, and you can't be so like high-minded to the point that you think that people don't have stuff you work because somebody putting up with you too. Right. So let's not do that. All right, let's be real. Somebody putting up with you, okay? Yeah. And so that's real.
Oh, you talk.
Probably you for sure. And so no, I'm just saying. You only because you did that.
You
Only because you did it. Only because you did it. No. Somebody, but
You can't do that to me. I'll see
no. I'm just, you said that. I'm not saying put it to you like
Okay,
you as in us.
You know,
Right.
But let's be real. Most of the time, we know the answer, but you want to make it to be something different,
Yep.
and that's the deception.
Yeah.
You lie to yourself.
Yeah.
They lie.
But what do you do when you're in a marriage, though? Like,
Well,
that's different.
here's-
from a
so-
relationship
here's what I heard when
choose
she
to
was
walk away.
Go ahead. Thank you.
When I heard this talking, and I had to take this pill for myself. I had to come to that conclusion.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
just was
sir.
talking about. When you take them vows, the last thing this dude says is, or woman, whoever married, they say, what God has put together, that no man tear asunder. Now we assume that because we got married, that God put us together. But God also gave us the ability to choose. So I could choose,
Right.
I could walk out right now, see a lady pushing a basket down the street, take her to the courthouse and marry her.
And that's not.
Did God
Well,
put
that's
that
real.
together, or did I choose?
That's right. And then you got to see your real issue, because the root of it is, right? This person, let's say they provide, okay, since, let's talk about me. Let's say that he's a great provider. He does A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever.
Mhm.
So what it is maybe you're still not over as a child dealing with poverty.
There you go. Yeah.
So he provides something that is the opposite of what you grew up in. So you feel like in order for me to maintain, to never going back to the struggle that I'm still not over since I was a child, I'll suffer abuse just to keep the image of prosperity. But I really don't even have substance for it. We don't ever really take the time. We don't really heal.
Right.
We just suppress and we keep moving. And you think you're ready because you're available.
Yeah.
Because you want to be.
Right.
Because you want to be.
You're right. That's right.
And we do this all the time.
Yeah.
We speak out of where we want to be, not where we are.
It's not real.
And I ain't gonna, just push that on like one sect of humanity, but
No, I just had to go that way because
yeah,
we pro men. You know us. We pro us. But
definitely.
look at that hey.
I mean,
No.
we are, but it's just real. Like we'll take time and not do. I think a lot of women, for a lot of part, it's not everybody. So don't nobody just like hop.
Jump on you.
No, ain't no jumping on
Listen,
that. Come on.
you know what I'm saying? My mama ain't had no brothers.
Yeah.
I know what to do. But anyway, I always had to swing. So, but I think that what we do is, as men, like we'll be by ourselves.
Yep.
I mean, and by ourselves, as in, like I'm not getting ready to just tie myself to nobody. But I think more so, women are more on a companionship type of deal. So if a guy comes along, let's just say he gets past the defenses that you might have built up. He gets past it.
I feel.
Because, no, let's just say
Freestyle.
his representative gets past the defenses.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
good.
so he's past where you would be like, oh, I ain't dealing with him at all. But he's past that. So now now I'm considering him, when now at this point, you should be asking real questions to yourself first. You got to know what the questions are, but we passed that part. You got to know what those questions are to even ask. But once you get past that part, you have to know, okay, is he this? Is he this? Is he this? Is he this? Because this is what I need. 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 And these are not negotiable.
Right.
Like, he's past the defenses. I like him. He's personable. He can talk. That just surface stuff. Now you get to, is he complimentary to what I actually need as a woman?
And where are you going?
And where is he headed? And can I follow him? Can I help him with it?
Do I have what it?
But it kind of goes back to what she was saying about building them up. Like what you're saying, like we should have things that are non-negotiable. But the thing is kind of like, sometimes you see deeper. Like it's like what you said that one time, like if they don't see their own potential, but just because you don't see your potential don't mean I don't see your potential. You know,
That's cool.
and that's what I'm saying. But that's what sometimes with women's work. We stand
But
Potential ain't never worked for me.
if we're being real,
Potential have never worked for me.
if we're being real,
That's how you have representation.
let's make this palatable. Let's make it palatable.
Okay.
Would you go work for a company? They don't have a mission statement. They don't know what they do. They say we hire.
It depends on how much they pay.
Exactly. That's what he said.
Yeah.
It depends on how much you pay.
Yeah.
See that? Anyway. But would you go work for that company? They're not trying to go nowhere with their company. But they pay. They say now we're gonna give you out the door. Foot in the door.
It's still
75.
relationship.
Put it in the
It's just
The company not going. They don't have a mission statement. They said, "Nah, we just want you to answer the phone."
Yes, I'm answering the phone. I'm working because again, that's just a job.
But also, you're not heading anywhere with that job.
I mean,
It's
I'm
dead
not-
end.
it's dead end.
You're not heading anywhere. They don't have a mission
Because
statement.
even though you have the money,
Okay. so you
the
said
person
you want growth.
suffers.
Yeah.
Even though you
Yeah,
have the
okay.
provision, the person suffers.
And every day, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
And that's the
No.
thing.
You know when you go to AT&T, they even shut down today. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Man, you can look on Dow Jones and see that stock and be like, "Oh, we good."
And not that AT&T
However.
endorsing this. It's just
AT&T is not endorsing this. I'm just saying, using this as a bearing. But you're not going to go to a company where you don't know where it's going. Same thing with a man. A man is supposed to have a vision. He is the visionary of the family. You're not supposed to look at this dude and say, "Oh, he got potential," and you tell him what his purpose is. No, he's supposed to say what he
And
is.
But
that.
here's the deal: you can't automatically assume that everybody has it together at every point
I
in their
said
life.
together. And what is
But for them to be able to know what their vision is,
You gotta know that.
So,
no, you can't. You don't wake up saying, "This is what my vision is."
You don't
let me
wake
say
up.
something to you. Let me tell you something.
You don't need
Let me tell you why I say that. I support guns. I support guns.
I know what that looks like.
I-
You always support them.
You know why I support
Be
guns?
with me when I'm right.
Hold on, bro. You know why I support them? We too old for that.
You know,
Come on.
We too. I'm sorry.
calm down. Calm down.
No.
I start talking and you want to get me to get. Go to the enemy. Go to the enemy.
No.
That's at the age you are now, but you
I'm
can't
sorry.
automatically assume that it's going to be when you get got your.
This not just for us. I'm talking in context of us in this area of where we are. Because let's just be real for just a moment.
Okay.
And I said this off script, well, camera. It ain't on script, but
Yes,
I
this
don't
is
wanna
my
say
script.
but no. I said we gotta stop passing our kids these broken families. We gotta keep. I'm sorry. We gotta stop this because at what point do we take serious enough our life enough to say I'm not going to settle? Let me tell you something. Even at being a visionary, that's when you have something called potential to work with. So I need to at least be able to figure out where are you trying to take it? What are your aspirations? What are you doing? Because let me explain something to you. As a man, hear this from a man. When a man does not have a plan, you ain't nothing but playtime. Straight up. You playtime. I don't care how much money. I don't care how many tricks. I don't care what this. I need to have a plan, a vision. And the thing about it is, reason why you tell somebody sometimes, okay, right now, relationships may not be for you in that capacity. Because guess what? When you're trying to figure you out, you can't lead and figure you out at the same time. So I need to pull back, figure out where I'm at, where I'm headed, what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to accept. And then this is a whole nother level. We meet. Because just like you coming in, serving, giving, supporting, this, that, and the third, at the end of the day, he has to trust you with that. You have the same person that you are expecting them to be. The question you didn't have to ask yourself, do I give what I expect? Because sometimes, let's be honest for just a moment, in our culture, especially in our generation, let's just be real for a moment. We are some of the expecting loyal people and disloyal aspects when it comes to this relationship that you ever want to see. We'll double cross one another, and what may be betrayal to Yana may not be betrayal to you, but it's learning and finding out the relationship because people all come from something, but you got to know within yourself Is this something I really can work with? Because if I can't handle it, it don't mean you're a bad person. It don't make me a bad person. It just means you're not my person.
Right.
And mature enough to be like, at the end of the day, hey, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I done said it before. I done met a woman. It didn't work. No, ma'am. I said, thank you for giving me the opportunity. If this doesn't work for me, you take care of yourself.
Yeah. God speak.
It's no
That honesty,
It's
that's it. That honesty,
Yeah,
I'm
be
trying to
mature
get
enough to
deal
be
with
able
that.
to
That
say it,
like
communicate,
that,
not
not
guarantee
and
it
acting like you
at the
want
same
something
time.
Right.
for a while, and then you want to be honest in the end. You know, without leading somebody on.
Right.
That's fine, yeah, because that's what men think that
Let's
women
talk
want
about
perfection.
that. Let's talk
You
about
don't
that.
understand.
You know what I'm saying? Because here it is, like people go into a relationship with their own ideas of how it's supposed to go. Right. You might be going into the fact that maybe, you know, it only takes a certain amount of time for a person to figure it out whether or not it's supposed to go where it's supposed to go. Right? That time hasn't elapsed. Then what do? You know what I mean? You make a decision on your own and say, you know what? Sit that person down. Hey, this ain't working. It's been 4 years. We done been dating. We live together, this, that, and it's not going anywhere. Or do you reevaluate the situation? You know what I'm saying? What do you do?
4 years.
What do you do?
4 years ago.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
My
They
question
numbered.
becomes,
They're
what have
numbers.
we been doing
They
for
have
4
no
years?
intentions of taking it anywhere past that point, especially if you already live together.
Tell you what,
Is it
after a
because
year, a man real come.
Oh,
And I haven't
that was gonna be my next
and I haven't
question.
pointed you in any direction but you hear. You ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? See,
That's good.
that's the thing. That's the thing. Like people like, well, a man generally knows
you know what I'm saying?
if he knows what he wants, he generally knows if he has decided to be in a relationship with you, he generally knows whether or not he's going to keep you in 6 months or less, depending on the kind of interaction y'all
But
have.
keep, what does that mean?
Keep meaning I'm going to commit to you. See, I mean,
Commitment.
it's a lot of people that married to
want,
women.
like, what women kind of want, like, are we gonna be married? Are we gonna get
You
continue
want-
with dating? Ain't no commitment.
you
for
want
both women.
commitment. Commitment happens
It's
before
not.
marriage.
Yes,
Commitment happens before marriage. Like marriage is not commitment. My dad taught me that. My
What
dad
is
was like,
it?
I believe.
okay, so commitment is this. This is what commitment looks like.
What is it?
This
Please,
is the
I'm gonna learn something.
no. This is the exact
Let me get on the
thought
edge of
pattern.
my seat because Don just tell me what commitment
No,
is.
listen. I'm only gonna give you the example that my dad gave.
Okay. Don's dad. What commitment is?
So disrespectful.
My goddad said we were at work one night. And we were talking about somebody that we knew mutually, and he was just expressing like, you know, how nice she looked and yada yada yada. I was like, yeah. He said, son, I'm not blind because I'm married. He said, I just know she's not mine. He's like, commitment, that's commitment, son. You don't stop seeing people. You just know they're not yours.
Okay, that's
And you
beside
just-
the question
and-
that
and-
we asked.
No,
Let me ask you
no.
something. Are you saying that marriage is the all in all? Because it goes on.
I'm not saying
That's what a woman wants. She said when women are looking for like the commitment, I think what she's talking about is like, you know, women are wanting, okay, are we gonna be married? Okay, we're saying, okay,
Because otherwise,
you
people
can
get
get
married
married
every
every
day
day
and still are not
you're
married.
saying, but where are you taking it?
Right.
Granted for the commitment.
Right.
Granted for the
Absolutely.
commitment. Okay, like you said, commitment starts before marriage. But okay, so but what's the next step? So now you're committed. So now what? That I think is
Yeah.
now what we're trying to
So here's the now one. When we talking about marriage, most people these days want a thing. They not want.
I don't want
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Stuff right
Hear me
no.
out.
I don't want no wedding.
Hear me out before you
Matter of
respond.
fact, for the audience, my next marriage would just be a circle of people who I've already evaluated that only want the best for me and my relationship. So if that's 6 people, if that's 10 people, that's all who's gonna be in my wedding.
So great. What you just did helped my segue. She's talking about the wedding. I'm talking about the commitment.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
it should
here.
be a commitment before that.
It should be. So here's what I'm talking about.
But people ain't just get
You
married.
just get that paper for something.
No. Let me get it out first. You got.
I was just commenting on her.
Oh, what
but
you
I'm
just
trying not to go in on
Hold
her
on.
real quick.
Well,
Okay.
let me finish what we actually talking about, and then you go.
I think she's sitting on fire.
This is obviously a subject. This is a subject that means something. That's what that means.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Okay, so we're talking about marriage. If a man is committed to you, he's done that already. Okay, so per what you're saying, a woman then wants to know, okay, when we gonna get married? Okay, that's cool. When we gonna have a wedding? When we gonna do this? That's cool. Okay, cool. Now, what makes you married? What makes you married? What does that consist of?
Connect your body legally when you sign the paper and go to the altar.
In most cases, you didn't already did connection.
That's the right.
So let's assume.
It's the legal.
Let's assume you didn't already smash. Let's assume.
People are not waiting until marriage.
Let's assume you didn't already smash. Okay, per what's happening. Okay, what constitutes the marriage?
The legality of it.
Okay, so you mean let's go sign some papers.
So let me ask you this now. You're saying the legality, or was it just the binding?
But see, you can bind all you want in your heart and all of that. But let me tell you about people. People change every day. You know what I'm saying? People go off of emotions, and it's like, oh, okay, the first time you don't do something, they like, oh, God, it's dating all over the board. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, I am speaking from the legality. I don't know what nobody else is speaking of, but I'm speaking of the paperwork. You know what I'm
So
saying?
What does the paperwork provide?
She said the paperwork.
For
The
you,
fact that you bear,
right? But
and the fact that for me, I can say that divorce is not an option. I cannot give up on this person.
what if they give up on you?
Well, we have to face that at that point in time.
Right.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
divorce
I can't go off of what somebody else.
Divorce might not be an option, and I totally agree with you because when I got married, that's what I was thinking. I never thought of it
Right.
at all. But it might not be an option, but it might be for something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Times two. Let me tell y'all. Two.
So here's the deal. So when I'm thinking
I mean,
about
that's the truth.
when I'm thinking about you,
Right.
when I'm thinking about you, I'm thinking about the union that happens in your spirit with a person. Now the
But
legality,
people are so stingy though.
So
Like,
let's talk about
People
women.
have choice.
Okay, so let's
yeah, they do.
and the paper don't
But I don't want to bank on somebody's choice of they feel every day.
So your
Even
question.
with this podcast, when we do, we
When you
talk about like,
If
And
that's
that's
what
what
happens,
I'm going with. So what is
You're already committed. Why
what
can't you
is
sign
your
the paper?
what is your stance, or what is your thoughts on marriage? She said, okay, yes,
marriage is the binding together.
No, I'm
of two
sorry,
people.
and this is gonna go with it. So she
do
said,
they come with the sex that y'all already had before marriage? Or what?
Of course it does.
Okay, and it's like,
But
what
more
you
so-
got in your heart could not equal up. Women, I ain't gonna lie. Women are so, women are so, like, moody. Women can be moody. You know what I'm saying? So from day to day, it's something different. You know what I'm saying? And if a person who's not in control of their emotions, you know what I'm saying? Every day could be something different. You don't know if you coming and going with that person. So what is really binding? What you continue to stand on in your heart about this person, or what mutually you guys have?
Life itself, period, is a series of decisions, and every day with another person is a decision. Like,
All right.
are y'all choosing each other
let's
today?
stop right here.
And that's communication. So I mean, but
Yeah, we gotta finish.
we
this
can go
up.
forever.
Episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, let me simmer down a little bit.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gonna sit down.
we gonna definitely have to.
We gonna sit down because
We gonna
y'all see how passionate Sorella is. You see, she got.
That was everybody.
Oh God, let's at least call her name. Let's no, everybody is. Okay, I'm sorry.
Also, Yanni,
Yeah,
and also
Yanni.
Ty.
Sorry.
And I talk.
I'm just saying she was
Yeah,
going
she
off. You did talk. Yeah, you definitely did. That was really good. But listen, we just want you to understand something that I believe that is very important. The reality of it is that no one necessarily has a manual to how all of this should work, but it's through our life experiences that we share and we bond. This is how we get wisdom. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on relationships, but make sure that before you step into a new place, that you're healed and you're ready. Until next time, we'll see you.